Imagine waking up at 6 a.m. to the sound of your alarm clock. Not because you're excited, but because you have to. You roll over, grab your phone, check your bank app, and breathe a sigh of relief. The rent's covered. The bills are paid. You're not broke, but you're also not free. Now imagine something else. You wake up when your body is rested. No alarm, no rush, no stress. You check your phone, not to see if your paycheck hit, but to check how much your investments earned while you slept. See, there's a difference between financial security and financial freedom. And most people spend their entire lives chasing one, thinking it's the other. This video is your wake-up call. Because financial security is not the finish line. It's the beginning. Financial freedom? That's the real destination. But the two are not the same. And if you don't know the difference, you could waste decades stuck in a job you hate, grinding just to stay afloat. All while the people who understand the game build wealth, buy time, and live on their terms. So today, we're not just talking money. We're talking power, time, choice, and control. Let's set the record straight. Financial security is having enough to survive. A stable job, a paycheck, some savings, maybe a retirement account growing at 4% a year if you're lucky. It's the ability to pay your bills on time, keep a roof over your head, and avoid the panic of overdraft fees. And for a lot of people, especially those who grew up in struggle, that's the dream. Security feels like freedom when all you've ever known is financial chaos. But here's the truth. Financial security is not freedom. It's a safety net, not a launch pad. It protects you, but it doesn't elevate you. It gives you peace of mind for today, but it doesn't buy you time tomorrow. Financial freedom, on the other hand, is the ability to live life completely on your terms. It means having enough assets, cash flow, passive income, investments, to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want. It means your money works for you, instead of you working for your money. And yet, most people spend their lives climbing the ladder of financial security, only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. They settle for a steady job, a pension, and a few vacations a year. But they're still on a leash. Shorter maybe, but a leash nonetheless. So how do you cross over? How do you go from stable to unstoppable? Let's dig deeper now. Because this isn't just about money. This is about how the entire system, yes, the one you were born into, has shaped your thinking, twisted your instincts, and trained you like a machine. It convinced you that the safest thing you could do was trade time for a paycheck. It told you that the goal was to save for a rainy day while inflation eats your purchasing power alive. It told you freedom comes from loyalty to a 9-to-5 and a retirement fund you'll probably never touch while you're still energetic enough to enjoy it. But financial freedom, that's a whole different game. And it's not for the faint of heart. It's not just the dollar amount in your bank account that separates the financially secure from the financially free. It's how you think, how you operate, what you're willing to risk. Let me take you back to a moment that changed everything for me. It was a Friday afternoon, and I was sitting in traffic, inching my way home from a job I didn't hate, but didn't love either. My paycheck had hit my bank account that morning. The bills were covered, the fridge was full, the rent was paid. On paper, I was financially secure. I should have felt good, stable, safe. But all I could think about, sitting there staring at red brake lights, was this. If I stopped working right now, how long could I survive? 2 months, maybe 3. That question hit me like a punch to the chest. I wasn't free. I wasn't even close. Because here's the truth. No one tells you in school, in college, or even in those polished financial articles. Security is not the same as freedom. Not even close. They don't exist on the same playing field. In fact, they don't even play the same game. Let's get brutally honest. Financial security is survival. It's making sure you don't go under. It's the warm blanket that keeps you from freezing but never lets you fly. Security is the illusion of comfort in exchange for your time, your creativity, your potential, and often your peace of mind. But financial freedom? That's elevation. That's power. That's escape velocity from the orbit of fear, debt, and dependency. That's the ability to choose where you live, how you live, who you spend time with, what you say no to, and what you wake up for. And yet society has convinced millions to chase security as if it were the goal. Let's unpack this difference deeper, not from a textbook, but from the ground level. From real life, where bills are due, inflation is rising, and dreams are rotting in cubicles. Here's the thing, security is reactive. It's a defense mechanism, a response to fear. Fear of debt, fear of eviction, fear of being unable to provide. It makes you focus on today. Can I cover my basic needs? Can I keep my job? Can I avoid financial pain? Freedom, on the other hand, is proactive. It's offensive. It asks, what do I want my life to look like in 5 years? 10? And then it goes out and builds systems that create wealth with or without your constant involvement. Security locks you into the present. Freedom unlocks your future. Most people get trapped in that present. permanently. Because the world rewards security with praise. Parents want it for you. Banks trust you for it. Even friends applaud it. Oh wow, you got that job with benefits? You're so lucky. But that applause is often the sound of settling. If you work a job and it's your only source of income, no matter how high paying, you are living in a financial monoculture. It's like farming one crop on one field in one climate and praying there's no drought. One layoff, one recession, one medical emergency, and suddenly your security turns to dust. Freedom doesn't rely on one source. It builds income ecosystems, rental income, dividend stocks, royalties, digital products, online businesses, crypto staking, YouTube ad revenue, affiliate marketing, even silent equity in someone else's hustle. Each of these streams might start small, but together they form something security never gives you: resilience. And resilience breeds independence. When one stream dries up, the others flow harder. Security begs for a raise. Freedom builds cash flow. Security fears change. Freedom exploits it. Look at the economic headlines right now. The post-2024 financial turbulence, rising interest rates, real estate correcting, stock market volatility, crypto swings. Security-minded people are terrified. They hoard cash. They pause. They freeze. Freedom-minded people? They move. They adapt. They see opportunity where others see threat. They don't panic when the market drops. They buy. They don't fear automation. They leverage it. They don't complain about inflation. They own the assets that benefit from it. The secure survive change. The free capitalize on it. Security lives paycheck to paycheck. Freedom lives month to month without work. Ask yourself right now, if your job disappeared, how many months could you cover your lifestyle? If the answer isn't at least 6, you're not financially free. And if you have 0 income sources besides your job, you're not even financially stable. You're just surviving with style. Freedom is when your money continues to work even when you don't. When your assets, not your effort, create income. When your time is no longer chained to your bank balance. Security buys time off. Freedom owns time. Vacation days. PTO. Weekends. That's what security gives you. Slices of time purchased with obedience. Freedom doesn't need permission to rest, or to work, or to play. It wakes up when it wants, works when it chooses, and creates from vision, not desperation. You want to travel for 6 months and write a book? Freedom lets you. Security can't afford to. Because when you stop trading hours for dollars, you stop asking permission to live your life. During the 2022-2024 market roller coaster, a friend of mine, we'll call her Julia, had a comfortable job in tech. 6 figures. Great benefits. She thought she was secure. Then came the layoffs. Her team, gone. She had a 3-month emergency fund, a nice car loan, and a lease downtown. Within 2 months, panic set in. She had no secondary income. No investments. No backup plan. Another friend, let's call him Marcus, never made 6 figures. But he started early. Built a small e-commerce store. Learned how to market products online. Started earning $300 a month passively. Then $700. Then $2,000. By the time Julia lost her job, Marcus was traveling Southeast Asia with 4 income streams, 0 alarm clocks, and more monthly revenue than his old day job ever paid him. Both smart, both ambitious. One chose security, the other chose leverage. What does it take to move from security to freedom? Let me say this, freedom is not a fantasy. It's not just for the rich, but it isn't free. It requires discomfort, sacrifice, learning, action. It requires you to stop chasing promotions and start building pipelines. It means investing in assets instead of liabilities. Saying no to temporary dopamine, designer brands, upgraded cars, and yes to compounding value. It means giving up the illusion of stability to build true stability. One that doesn't depend on a boss, a market, or a paycheck. It means rewiring your brain from save to feel safe to build to get free. Freedom demands that you ask the hard questions. Ask yourself, are you working to survive or to build? If you died tomorrow, would your income stop? If the world locked down again tomorrow, would your finances collapse? If your child got sick, could you take 6 months off and still get paid? Security can't answer those questions. Freedom can. Here's the trap. Security feels good. It feels responsible. It feels mature. It feels right. But so did dial-up internet. So did Blockbuster. So did taxis before Uber. Just because something feels normal doesn't mean it's the future. We've been taught to chase careers, not cash flow. To save for retirement at 65, not design life at 35. To depend on systems, instead of becoming our own system. It's time to break that programming. Every month you delay building freedom, someone else is stacking assets that will pay them for the rest of their life. The next crypto bull run, the next real estate correction, the next AI disruption. You can be a victim, or you can be an investor. You can watch from the sidelines and complain, or you can play the game to win. But if you're stuck in security, you won't even hear the whistle blow. You'll be too busy trying to impress a boss or secure a raise, while others are building empires in silence. So what's the first step? It starts with a shift, not in your wallet, in your mindset. Stop thinking, how can I stay safe? Start asking, how can I get free? Then, build your emergency fund. Yes, it's essential. Then invest your surplus in income-producing assets. Study money like your life depends on it, because it does. Build something, anything, that makes money without you being there. And never forget, security is step 1. Freedom is the mission. You've got 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, whatever it takes. But don't stop until you wake up one day. Check your account, check your calendar, and realize you are finally free. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.